Welcome back to the Social Boys Podcast. I'm your host, Logan O'Brien, joined as always by Dan Hall, Scotty Sweeney, and the big guy, Tyler Swain.
Did you ever why don't you just say my name? Why don't you go Dan, Scott, Tyler, and then the guest? You got to give more attention to the guest.
All right, so let me try again. Let me try again.
I'm always the big reveal. He's like, and then we're joined by Sonya.
You're the biggest boy here.
That's very true. Yeah.
Let me try again. Welcome back to the Social Boys Podcast. I'm your host, Logan O'Brien, joined as always by Dan Hall, Scotty Sweeney. Special guest this week, Sonya Priest, and I forgot the big guy, Tyler Swain.
Fair.
Hello.
Hey, perfect.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, hey, thanks for coming.
Sonya.
Last name's Priest?
It's Priest.
Is that real?
That's a real name.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you excited?
I thought it was my stage name.
I don't know. It sounds like a cool.
It does sound like
it's a cool name.
Of a character in a movie.
Yeah, it's English. My dad always told me we had ancestors on the Mayflower, and I was like, don't tell people that.
The Mayflower was chill.
Yeah.
Was it?
Super chill.
It was, right?
I think, well, you know, I think that was when they were still being like acrimonious with the acrimonious. Is that the right
Big
word?
word.
Oh, yes.
I think they were being like nice to the Native Americans first,
That was
and then
Thanksgiving, right?
yeah, and then
then
over
they
time
were-
they started bringing them like
Yeah.
smallpox blankets and stuff.
They taught us how to make popcorn.
Ooh.
Do you remember that?
Corn?
I don't think so.
Yes, they did. I watched a movie about it. It was a Disney
Must
movie.
be true.
Very cool. Yeah.
There's like a Native American man who's like, look, and then they put heat on it and it pops and they're like,
Okay.
oh.
I mean, it does make. I guess that makes sense, but I don't think that they were eating popcorn at that time.
You don't think so?
They were probably utilizing the corn
They're
as is.
Netflix and chilling.
Yeah, I was just saying, I don't think they had movies yet. And popcorn wasn't around until movies.
It's true.
They're like,
really-
damn, I just wish I had like some fatty kind of dairy to put on this to make it taste better.
Butter.
Yeah.
Logan, this is going to be released like 2 weeks from now. Do you think you're still on keto?
We'll
Logan,
see.
you're on keto?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Listen, I hear good things. You know who else is on keto?
Brian.
Yes.
I see his
His pizza.
cheese
You gonna
pull
start
videos,
doing
which-
pizza pulls
No,
too?
I hate the concept. It's
That's a pizza
because
pull.
he's keto.
Oh.
He's doing
You
like
take
pull the
the
back of
tops
the
off.
cheese and see how easily you can pull
He
everything.
only
off
can
the
eat the
slice.
cheese and like whatever the toppings because it's like just meat or whatever. So he just pulls, and so far every
God.
pizza pull has been a high rating. And I'm
Okay.
like,
Genius Shark Tank idea.
Interesting.
It's
What
not though.
is-
Just like,
Just the pull or whatever. Just the top.
but you might as well just make an omelet with cheese and toppings. Like
No, you.
because then you eat the whole thing instead of just wasting
know.
a pizza.
I don't
Yeah,
know
what
how we.
happens to the crust?
There's got to be another
Just
base
toss
no
it.
crust that's not
No, he gets a
He
pizza
buys
and
a full
pulls the
pizza,
stuff off
But
of it.
with my Shark Tank idea,
with Dan Shark Tank.
there's
idea.
no crust,
Right.
and it's just the pizza sauce.
How's
I don't
that?
know.
How
I
you
don't
gonna
know
do
how
that?
we're gonna do
Yeah,
it
what's
yet.
it gonna sit on?
I need to talk to my guy.
You'd
Oh,
have
we'll
to
talk to you
crisp.
guys. Talk to
I
you
guess
guys
you
get
could
back to it.
theoretically crisp
you could
the
bake the
cheese and then
cheese.
do it
you could
upside
bake the
down.
cheese. Yeah.
Yes.
My friend makes keto chips and she just bakes cheese in the oven and just eats it. So you
Yo.
could do that.
I wonder if it I could probably
We'll
eat,
call it almost pizzas.
Is cauliflower starch?
Impossible pizza.
I could probably do like a
Impossible
cauliflower
No, it's real
crust pizza.
But it's
Implausible.
impossible.
Wait, is there carbs?
Impossible pizza.
I don't know. That's
I
what
think so. I think there's carbs and vegetables, right?
Well, you can eat some
I
vegetables.
don't know. I don't eat them.
You can't eat starchy vegetables, but you can eat like broccoli.
I love broccoli.
Asparagus,
You look like you love
zucchini.
broccoli.
Thank you. I like cauliflower too.
Cauliflower
Cauliflower?
is keto friendly.
Is that how you say it?
That's how you said
That's
it.
how you say it.
Cauliflower?
Yeah.
It's cauliflower.
Isn't it like cauliflower? Flour?
There's an
I
I
know
in
the
there.
end parts.
Cauli.
Not right, but it's like
Cauli.
cauliflower or
Say it
I think it's
however you want.
cauliflower.
cauliflower. I'm saying it right.
No,
So cauliflower.
It's like salmon.
Hey, I just met you.
But yeah, I had an
And I'm
ancestor in the
on keto.
Mayflower.
Yeah.
His name was Deggery Priest.
Cauliflower.
Daggery Priest is the most
Daggery
British name of all
Priest.
time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like a Harry Potter character.
Yeah, I
That guy was up
immediately
to
thought
no
Cedric
good,
Diggory.
man.
Yeah, that guy was definitely going after some of the natives when he got here.
He's
for
going
a fun
after
time.
He's going after the underage wizards and wizards.
Yeah.
witches.
I don't know. I have bad.
They call him the
bad
Jared
feelings
Fogle
about
of the
him.
Mayflower.
Yeah.
I was thinking like a priest.
Like, you'll get it in a few decades, a few centuries,
Why
whatever.
I was thinking of like a priest.
Huh?
His last name's Priest.
Right.
So
I don't know.
why you make it Jared Fogle? That doesn't follow the bit.
Because he's a pedophile. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but the pedophile thing came in because he's a priest.
Here's the reveal: Jared's a priest.
All right. Dude, I'm sorry. Okay, name a priest.
A priest that holds up his like white collar thing.
Yeah.
It's like an old big one.
There you go.
Like Jared.
That's beautiful.
So they did the first Thanksgiving, right?
We're on Easter though.
Oh, my bad.
It's
Skipped
Easter
a few.
weekend.
Skipped a few.
Oh wait,
yeah.
we were talking about the Pilgrims. My bad. Go ahead.
They did the first Thanksgiving.
Sorry, 1 second. You thought Tyler just wanted to talk about Thanksgiving, like for no reason?
His favorite holiday.
That's not in the lesson plan.
And you
today.
got
Put his
furious.
foot down. He's like, it's Easter.
It's fucking Easter. Jesus Christ.
I want to hear what you were
I
going
was
to
just
say.
going to say, so they had the first Thanksgiving together, right? The Native Americans and the
Pilgrims?
the Pilgrims, right?
Yeah, they didn't know at
I
the
feel
time
like it was
that
staged.
Thanksgiving.
I feel like
No,
it
no,
was
no,
staged.
no, no, they
They
didn't.
did that.
They didn't call it Thanksgiving. You think it
It
was
was like the
staged?
moon landing.
Yeah, I think it was staged.
Stanley Kubrick filmed the first Thanksgiving. It's actually a conspiracy.
Yeah.
But when did they
It was-
start
it was
killing them?
big
Was it like
turkey.
right after that, or?
They were like, "We need this land," and they were like, "No."
Yeah, I think they just kept coming over, and they're like, "We want more land," and they're like, "Feels like you guys are kind of taking advantage of
Like ever
us."
since we had
Yeah.
that dinner.
I think at first a few good guys came and they were like, "Pleased to meet you," and then all their friends came and they were like, "Fucking let's party." It was a house party. There was only supposed to be a couple people, and then out of nowhere, people are breaking shells.
Gotcha,
and
yep.
fucking-
The
The
basic
Also,
movie.
but
the
I'm
Indians like, my
confused.
parents are coming home.
It's coming home
It's like,
soon.
we don't fucking care.
Pilgrim,
fucking raging.
But like,
Pilgrim House Party would
Christopher
be sick.
Columbus was that on like the fucking
That's 1492.
yeah. So like yeah, but
Very good.
when did the Pilgrims come in?
Needed the pin to the Santa Maria.
Yeah.
But I'm like, was
Ocean
Christopher
Blue.
Columbus on one of the? No,
he
was on the
discovered
Nina the
that. He
Pinta and
discovered
Santa
that he was
Maria.
like, I'm getting the.
He
fuck
had
out
to
of
go back and be like, "Yo,
here. Yo.
there's like so much land over
Which is
there."
also hilarious
And a
that
bunch of
he was like,
people.
I
And a
have to
bunch
go
of people
back
we could
because like
kill.
so many of them died on the way over. Like,
Yeah.
imagine being like, well, time to go back. They're probably
Did they
we're gonna-
just
a bunch
throw
more
them-
of us are gonna die.
Did they just throw them overboard when they die on ship?
Probably.
They must, right?
That's a nice way to go.
That's kind of a cool splash.
Well, no,
too.
they died.
Like, you know,
they
we
died
throwing
of
rocks in
something
the ocean. A body must be a sick splash.
They didn't die of getting thrown over.
They'd probably say they playing like who could throw the body the farthest,
Yes, a few of those guys.
dude. Dude, I could probably skip a body across the Atlantic.
Oh man, imagine if
Skip
Tyler,
a
imagine if
body.
Tyler died and you had to throw him overboard.
It's the ultimate buried at sea.
Yeah, I'm too
They'd have
jacked.
to use like a
to be
pulley
thrown
system.
overboard.
You'd sink like a stone.
No, why is that one sinking?
They'd load Tyler into a trebuchet. That is the only way to launch him.
Two fucking words.
Wordsmith.
I don't like you've used today.
What's wrong with trebuchet?
I don't even know what a
keto-
trebuchet is.
the keto's
It's-
really
it's
activated.
it's a fucking catapult.
Say catapult.
Say catapult.
You're
Sorry
not-
that you guys are fucking retarded.
just say catapult.
You said trebuchet?
That's what they're called.
Yes, they
What was the other thing you said? Actuary?
Acrimonious?
Yeah, okay, don't say that like it's in our vocabulary every day. of
Keto,
our lives.
bitch.
What does
What the
acrimonious
fuck?
mean?
I think it's good to have a good vocabulary.
I don't know. I eat
Sonya.
I eat
Thank
bread.
Listen,
Trebuchet.
trebuchet.
I'm gonna add trebuchet to my vocabulary. I'm gonna
Bobby
start saying it.
trebuchet.
It's very rare that you get to use the word. I'm gonna
Thank
fucking
you.
bust it out. My mama said I could load you into the trebuchet.
It'd be funny if you just started bringing up topics where you could use that word, like on purpose.
Like, man, I just wish I had some kind of trebuchet to launch this rock over that wall.
What other words do
fuck
you
you
know?
talking
Yeah, tell us all your words.
You're all the words that you're gonna use
Ever,
today.
ever since you
Mostly
stopped eating
slurs,
bread, what other
moving
words have you learned?
Speaking of Easter, we went to Charlie's Kitchen.
We were talking about
after
Thanksgiving.
the late. we went to Charlie's Kitchen after the studio last night. So many people wearing bunny ears,
Weird.
like
Aw.
doing like
Girls?
Easter,
There was
Like
a,
furries.
guys and girls.
Guys.
There was
No,
like
just the ears, because Easter's on Sunday.
Sunday.
But I was like, people like fucking getting
People like
for
Easter like
Easter.
that?
Yeah, I
Yes.
was like, what the hell?
Yeah, you got Easter people.
walking around
weird,
Harvard Square
man.
last night near all the frats.
You were
It
saying
was
at
all
Cambridge.
like it was all like
Oh, probably
Like-
a bunch of Easter parties.
well, no, there was like pajama parties going on.
Oh, me and Doug walked by one of the
there
frats.
was a bra.
Dude, but there's like
A bra?
There was a bra on the ground on the street, and I was like, I have to go.
There was also
Fun
just
little Easter
there was
egg.
so many. There's so many like empty cups and like White Claws and shit. And me and Doug were like, "What is wrong with these people? They're just like throwing all their
Trash
empties like
everywhere?
on the street."
They're getting on buses and going to cool parties like in the social network.
But why is Easter weekend popping like that? What's
because
going on?
Any
4-day
excuse
weekend.
to be crazy.
Yeah.
Like Easter.
it?
blah.
Good Friday and Patriots Day makes college a 4-day weekend this weekend.
Whoa, I didn't even know.
I got
Yeah.
none of those.
I mean-
I got
I mean-
a regular 2-day weekend.
Yeah, yeah.
I got a 4-day weekend working at college.
Dude, me
That's sick.
and Doug were like walking up, like we like we're going back to our cars, and we see there's a frat on the right that is having a party. And we're like, Doug's like, "You want to try and get in here?" I'm like, "Yeah, we definitely won't be too old." And then when we get up there, There's a guy older than us standing at the door on the
Yeah,
stairs. Where you're
they
like,
have door guys there.
Like
We're like,
security,
They
like
hire
bouncers?
security for the frats.
Oh.
For the frat part. You've never seen those guys?
No.
They have,
Well, I mean,
they
I
have
did last
drivers
night.
and security guards. They're fucking rich little fucking homos.
good thing you diverted.
How do they hire these people? Though? Who's hiring these
The
people?
frats, do they make a bunch of money? There's dues. Their parents donate to the colleges. They're
I just
fucking
watched
sucking each other off.
a documentary about a frat, like a whole fraternity who basically hazed a kid into death.
Yes.
Yeah, that happens.
These fucking pieces of shit.
There's
little-
there's a pretty good documentary that Todd Phillips, the guy, the director of like The Hangover and Joker,
Old School?
sucks
Joker
ass.
2?
Yeah, Old School.
Follow you, dude.
Joker 2 better than Joker 1, I'll say that. But both dog
You can
shit
say it,
movies,
but
but
it's fine.
2 is infinitely more interesting to watch. But he did a documentary like before he was famous that's about frats. I forget what it's called, but the first half of it's like insane, and he ends up getting like kind of kicked out because they're like, you can only come film when we say so.
Crazy.
And he tries to show up one night like unannounced, and they like flip out. This guy named Blossom like wants to beat the shit out of him. And then the second half of it, it's been like put into like people question the validity of it, but like he goes through like hazing and stuff, and it's like what the
Yeah.
fuck?
No, this whole fraternity, like this kid they were like, all right, you guys got to tape a bottle of vodka, fifth of vodka in your one hand and a 40 in the other, and drink all night. And if you don't finish it, fuck off,
full
whatever.
bottle of vodka.
And this kid ended up, he didn't die, but he almost died, and now he's like nonverbal, can't think, can't see, in a wheelchair because he was like just drunk and like had alcohol poisoning for so long, and they just left him on the couch.
Now he's a bummer at all
Crazy.
the frat parties. He's just sitting there.
What a buzzkill!
He
Yeah,
made it in, though.
Get this kid out of here.
He's a brother.
He's the president of the frat.
Yeah, these fraternities, bunch of bullies.
Also, what a dumbass! I would have just gone to the bathroom and dumped out like half of the fucking vodka.
You
Probably
can't
wa-
open the
They're
doorknob.
probably watching you, yeah.
But these fraternities are
They're all
dumb
40
because there's
hands.
cameras inside of all the frat houses, so they had all the footage of all the night of like the entire
Oh,
thing.
true.
Damn.
Oh, wow.
But it is also like
We should haze
that is
someone.
shitty.
That's
that
all I'm
they-
thinking.
Well,
We should start
That's why I
hazing.
brought this up.
But I'm
I
like,
wanna haze.
okay, they hazed him, but I'm like, also he isn't a. Silence your fucking self.
Sorry.
But they
My
just
mom.
just
Birth
say
control
no.
time.
Just fucking be like, I'm
I'd
not
be like,
drinking
fuck
a full
this. I
bottle
have
of
class
vodka.
tomorrow. I'm out of here.
I'd be like, I'll do 2 40s.
I don't want to be like, who wants to be in a
I'll do
fraternity that
340s.
bad?
No,
Sounds
yeah. What's the point?
stupid.
Of it? Yeah. But we should start hazing people, I think.
Well, surprise. That's why you're here.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Let's
I'm being
haze 'em.
hazed? What, haze me. Haze
You
me.
gotta
This
do
is your
stuff.
initiation.
Give me a haze. Give me a haze.
Okay, you gotta
Tape this to your hand, please.
Okay.
Tape this to your other hand.
Okay.
Tape this to your butt.
Tape what
hold
to my
on.
butt?
Hold on.
And then you have to, you have to chew.
He has a drink out of it?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
No,
yeah.
I mean,
Brother
I'm,
friends.
I'm,
That's
already,
my
I'm
haze.
already disgusted that it's Aquafina. I couldn't even possibly entertain
Wait,
the
I
idea
thought
that it touched
Dasani was
Tyler's
the
ass.
worst.
Well, next time you
water.
can Aquafina your ass over there and get it yourself. Fucking Jesus Christ. Can't get a bottle of water. What, is tap not keto anymore?
Where?
Fucking drink out of the sink like
Spring
a fucking
or
adult.
Smart Water weren't available?
No, they were very available. I just grabbed a bottle of water.
It's just fucked up, man.
I think Aquafina is better than Dasani,
Yeah, sure.
and that whatever that is.
I have no preference.
this?
Basically,
It's basically
Basically purified water.
Basically, what's so funny that doesn't it makes it sound like did you purify it? Like basically,
basically.
like
fine.
kinda.
Don't worry about this water. It's
Is this the
basically
Go Puff
purified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's gonna be like milk now with fucking RFK's dumbass. It's gonna be like basically
God.
pasteurized milk, and then we're all gonna fucking get sick and
Milk
die.
is gross. I don't know if any of you guys like
No,
milk,
I'm not
but
a
it's
milk.
my least favorite beverage
What?
in the world.
I don't like
Whoa.
I like
Milk and
I like
cereal.
milk with cookies and cereal, but like I want
Cookies.
chocolate milk if I'm gonna drink milk.
You guys know where I stand on milk.
You like milk.
I hate milk.
Love milk.
Loving milk.
Do you
is
drink
crazy.
whole milk?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
I'll
crazy.
I'll chug whole milk with a meatball sub.
all of
That's
us
diabolical.
just retched. Every single one of us like, oh god.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Dan's like, I think I'm allergic to almond milk. Anyways, I'm gonna go chug 100% whole milk and eat a meatball sub.
Yeah, I'm not allergic to those things.
Whole milk is a lot.
I don't know if I, hate.
I don't pick whole milk, but I would do that. I normally get like a 1 or 2%. Actually, Kelsey gets like
If you're getting milk,
fake
go
milk.
whole.
Yeah.
No, go-
Well,
I go one. I mean, I don't
I
get
go
milk. I have
1%.
no
It's
need.
just
for milk.
watered down milk. It's gross.
It's just, I think whole milk's too creamy.
I love
Yeah.
too
milk.
creamy. Too
if I'm getting
thick.
milk, I want whole milk,
Yuck.
but I want it for cereal or cookies.
Yeah,
Nah.
I put milk in my cereal.
Dipping cookies in milk is
I don't like the taste of
Unbeaten.
it. How do you like the taste of milk?
Of
I
milk?
don't even know what it tastes
I like
like.
it with the
honestly.
It tastes like milk.
I haven't drank milk. I wasn't breastfed. My parents don't like milk. There was never milk in the house. My brother doesn't like milk. Nobody likes milk.
You
So
say
I don't
you
even.
weren't-
I
you
don't think
say-
I've ever
sorry.
had it.
Were you not
Wow.
breastfed? Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what it was. Are we all breastfed? I
don't
don't know
know.
if I was or not.
I don't
Definitely.
either. I'm too scared to ask my mom.
Milk tastes. Milk tastes
I'll
like
ask my mom
autistic
when I'm
breath.
hammered.
That's what it.
What?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
What did he
Yeah, it
just
does.
say?
Milk is
I
gross.
said milk tastes like autistic breath.
What?
Yeah, 'cause
I
like,
don't even know why do you know what autistic breath
Hot
is?
breath.
I'm saying like somebody like an autistic person breathes in your mouth. You're like, oh god, you just drank so much milk, didn't you?
Ugh, I
even
don't
know.
like
You
You have
that
like a
at
milk
all.
mustache.
Smells like meatball
smells-
subs.
It smells like
People-
cum.
It smells like basically purified water.
Or like steak and cheese.
What?
Or like
Basically purified what?
pure.
Wa-
Basically.
water.
Where are you
You
from?
from fucking Philly?
Water.
Are
I
you,
don't know why I said it like that. I think I was
Are you
just
from
trying
the
to say it too
Mid-Atlantic?
fast.
Are you
No.
from America? For real?
Water?
You're
No,
from
water is
America?
like a Philly thing.
No,
Yeah,
I
it
know,
is
but you're
Philly.
like
Why-
American.
Why
right?
are you
I
asking? She has no
am-
accent.
I'm
You're Sonya
American.
Priest.
I am. Sure am.
Okay.
I don't know if you remember, but
And
I
you don't
had
have milk
an
in the
ancestor
house
on
that-
the
you remember
throne.
Daggery Priest?
She doesn't have milk in the house growing up. That's very European.
That's very un-American.
European people drink milk.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm European.
They take it straight from the source, man. They milk their cows.
I would love to milk a cow.
We should milk a cow. Have you ever milked
Milking
a cow?
cow looks disgusting.
No.
I wouldn't want to
Squeezing
do it.
udders is
I
gross.
wouldn't want to do it.
It's like
Is
an
milking
instant
cows-
hand job.
Is it good for them? Do they like need to be milked?
I think that- I think they like it.
Sounds great.
I think they're into it. Yeah,
Okay.
the udders get like
Nice.
bigger and harder when
They
you start
like
doing
it.
it.
That's nice for them.
Well,
Probably-
swollen, more
It's probably a
swollen.
release.
Yeah, I'm like, they can't.
They got to be like, oh, fuck, yeah. Not in a coming way either, but just like, oh, that feels like a dump way.
Like a good piss.
yeah, or a piss. Yeah, like I've had a pee.
I feel like if I milked a cow, it would probably make me better at hand jobs too, because I suck at those.
I don't think it
Make me
would because
better
you're
too.
just squeezing and pulling.
I think it'd make you worse at hand jobs. Yeah.
No, don't you have to like squeeze and turn?
I mean, that is they do call it milking when you like lay on a table and put your dick through the
Telling
hole.
you,
and the
man.
I
girl's
think
like,
I'd like to
Cut
get
to
milked.
us at a farm.
It's sick.
I think I would like to get milked because you don't have to like interact with them and stuff, right? You can just kind of lay down and there.
Oh, you could just like go to like a fucking pasture and just like get on all fours and they'll probably come by and try
Nah,
and
they'll
milk you.
tip me over.
You're a cow.
It's happened before. I get all the way to the slaughterhouse and they're like, "Fine, we believe you. You're a human. I have to come back." Speaking of pissing though, I just
You're like, you guys really gonna make me go through all this? Tail end of the
I was
slaughterhouse.
in the McDonald's drive-thru a few nights ago, and I had a piss so bad, and I got out of my car 4 different times just to like walk around. I probably looked like a lunatic
Wait, why didn't you pee?
because there was no. I got out, looked for a place to pee, couldn't find one. Got back in my car, drove up a little, got out, like looked around. More.
You didn't have like a bottle in your car? You could
I did
just
not,
do-
which I typically would.
someone behind you?
I finally got out, ran across the street to the school across the street. It's the one in North Quincy, and
peed
pissed,
in
and then
North
ran
Quincy?
back. Huh?
You peed it.
I peed in North
Did you
Quincy.
keep your
Yeah.
car in the drive?
Keep my car running in the
It was
drive-thru.
probably so busy, so you had time.
I had time. I had just made it back in time.
That's
It-
an insane move. I would never have like the.
What would you do? Piss your
Confidence.
pants?
Just
I
hold
would
it.
probably get out of the line and then.
Can
get
you
back
guys
in.
not hold it? No, can't do it.
Not at this point. I had been drinking and it was like
Too
pretty.
much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can hold it.
I didn't even know I had a pee
I
until. I
swear.
didn't even know I had.
Yeah,
to
to a point. Yeah.
But yeah.
Real quick,
Yeah.
has anyone ever told you? Do you guys know who James Krellman is?
Yes.
Yeah.
And everyone.
Yes,
Yes.
he's been-
I'm
told you.
sorry.
Flea Market Falcon.
I know him, and
Yeah.
I just had to say it because it's been on my mind.
It's been burning inside of me.
The Flea
So-
Market
The
Falcon.
flea market
Yes.
focus.
Yeah, you've got
Look
that.
a little bit, just a little bit like him.
Is he still doing stand up?
No,
Ah.
I wish, man. He was my favorite.
I loved him. Damn.
He was funny. He recorded his special
I
at
liked
the
him.
Belmont ROFL House show.
Oh yeah, I think Susan should be Susan.
I was gonna say that when we just we were talking about Michael B. Jordan last episode. I was gonna say Michael should just be Michael. But yeah, Dan hated Krillman when he first saw
Why?
him. Just didn't
I
get
like
him,
him
dude. It's
now.
too highbrow for
I
him.
like him now.
The first time I saw Krillman, I was with Meg, and we were both like, "Is this guy like
Okay.
super autistic
I was
or something?" We were like,
howling.
"What's happening?" We didn't understand it was like a character. We
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
he was just like that, and we were like,
No,
"This
yeah.
is fucking crazy." And
Yeah.
then once you get to know him, you're like, "Oh."
I was loving him. Dan like almost stormed.
Yeah.
Krillman was doing like push-ups with the mic, bench press
Actually,
and the mic stand and everything.
One of my favorite.
Dan's like, what the fuck is
He was
this?
wild.
One of my favorite Krillman stories is he was picking up Tilson, and they were going to either like a mic or a show, and Krillman had like a girl in his passenger seat, and he goes, "Hey John, this is my cousin." And then like they get to a red light, and they just like lean over and they just start making out. Tilson's like, and then
Yeah.
like, you know, he let it sweat for a minute, but he's like, I'm just kidding, this is my girlfriend.
That's so funny.
That's wild. Yeah. No, he was one of my faves from the ROFL House days for
Yeah.
sure.
If Tyler were to do something like that, it would be Jen in the passenger seat and be like,
What?
hey, this is my girlfriend. And then at a red light, they'd start making out. I'd be like, just kidding, man, that's my cousin. Because you want to fuck your cousin.
You flipped it
No,
on
Is
me.
this true?
No, I don't.
You
wanna
did.
fuck
a little flip
You've
early.
kind of fallen back on that joke, but when I first met you, you would constantly talk about wanting to have sex
I
with
know.
Jen.
Yeah.
It is a good bit.
It's a joke, obviously.
Sure,
Is it?
sure,
Is
sure.
it?
She's got a boyfriend. My dad thinks I'm very upset about it. It was like trying to console me.
Your dad's like, you still have a chance. Don't worry.
Yeah.
That won't last.
He's like.
Also, she says she doesn't have a boyfriend.
She does have a boyfriend. When was the last time you talked to her? Because it was official 2 days ago.
He would
Oh,
know.
okay. This is last
Keep
Thursday.
Stabs.
You fucking asshole.
What the fuck?
You're a fucking scumbag, dude. She doesn't have a boyfriend.
I didn't say that. I said she says she doesn't have. The last time we saw, well, that I saw her with you, you were like, well, Jen has a boyfriend. She was like, I don't have
Kid's
a
a
boyfriend.
fucking pervert. Do you have a boyfriend?
I didn't ask you, but you were like, well, Jen has a boyfriend. She's like, I don't have a boyfriend.
Okay.
Why is it? Why,
Suck
you
my-
know this
side,
You know
buddy.
this
I'm
happened.
on
Why are
your
you being
team.
fucking weird about
Because
it?
it's a podcast, so we have to do something.
I feel like
Sorry,
I feel
you're
like we're
right.
riffing. We're doing good.
She has a boyfriend. It's Tyler. Lay off.
Surprise.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I just didn't know if you were winding your dad up.
I was not whining. I was doing the opposite. I was like, dude, I'm seriously fine. He's like, that's your girl, though. You lost your girl. I'm like, it's fine. Like, it's not my girl. You know that? Yeah. He gets real upset. When me and Jen and Dennis, Dennis is my gay friend, Jen's my cousin.
Okay.
We all lived together for a while, and whenever we were there, Jen would be like, "Yeah, it's me, Dennis, and Tyler. Yeah, we have a 2-bedroom. It's nice." so my dad doesn't know which one I'm banging, but he hates both of it.
Your dad doesn't like gays?
He doesn't. He's tolerant of gays. Does not want his son to be gay.
He was like, do I
Yeah.
want my son to do incest or himcest?
Is that what gay is called now? Himcest?
I just sorry, man. It's a podcast. You just have to say stuff.
Yeah, we're just
No,
trying to say
I
some
know.
stuff.
I was giving it back to you. Is that what it's called
You
now?
guys should kiss.
Yeah.
Him says.
My brother's gay. My dad struggled with a little bit. For
What's his name?
A little bit for a long time.
What's his name? Let's see a picture.
Yeah. No, but now my dad's super cool with the gays, and
Oh,
like
yeah.
my brother's gay friends will come over, and my dad like jokes around with them, and like make
That's
like
fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
like
I
dick
love that.
jokes, and yeah.
I wish I was gay and
my-
my dad could be like that.
you're almost there. It's up to your dad. Really. Yeah. No, my best friend's gay. My dad like jokes with him about it. But
Wild story, but my dad's only son is gay, and my dad's only brother is a lesbian.
Okay.
Your dad's only brother.
something happened there, right?
Your dad's only sister.
Is this
No,
the,
yeah,
is
well,
the,
so
the
my
doctor's
dad's
the mother.
So I hope my dad never sees this because he would be pissed. But my dad, his only brother became a woman to be a lesbian.
What?
Yeah,
Wait, you can be a guy
What do
that
you mean
likes
to be
girls.
like
like he became a woman, and he's been with the same woman since he became a woman. He's a lesbian.
But I
Did
don't
he
think
fall-
he became a woman to become a lesbian, right? He just
Well, he became a woman to be a woman, but
she
Fuck.
identified as a woman and then just stayed with the same woman.
Yes,
But she wasn't like
Did
she
she
wasn't like, damn, being a guy's pretty cool, but you know what would be even cooler? Being a lesbian.
Did he fall in love with
yeah,
a...
but it's just funny to say like my dad's only son is gay and my dad's only brother is a lesbian.
Yeah.
All right.
It's like two negatives making up.
It's your uncle,
No negative.
right? We can
Well,
do that.
aunt.
Aunt,
no,
sorry.
that's fine.
Yep,
No,
thank
no.
you.
Yeah.
Your aunt, did she started dating this lady after she transitioned?
During transition time, like
Did she fall in love with this lady first? And the lady
Yeah.
was like, I'm into girls. And he's like, I got it. Don't
No,
worry."
but he was always into women. He was
I love you
married
so.
twice, never liked guys, but wanted to be a woman and then stayed with women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Cool.
like the singer of Against Me, Laura Jane Grace. She's what was a he, now a she, but she still
Oh, okay.
dates women.
Yeah. No, I never really like, I mean, I don't know. I don't hear a lot of situations like that, but yeah, that's what it is.
I think it's kind of
cool.
common that like trans people aren't gay. So like then they become gay because they
Trans person goes,
transition.
"Ew,
But
Yeah.
The fuck?
well, they become gay.
No, they don't.
Well, if you
That's
if you grow up attracted to women, and you're a man,
So let me think
but
about
then
that.
you identify as a woman, then you transition into a woman, you become gay.
Yeah, that's true. And
Yes.
whoever you're dating is gay now too. It's a fun trick.
It does seem like
Wicked Impractical Jokers.
Long conning someone just to call them gay.
it seems like it would add such complications for like if they broke up and you need to find a new
Partner.
relationship. Yeah, it's like so specific.
Well, that's the singer of Against Me was
There's a
married
whole
with
world
a
of
child,
that.
and then when they transitioned, like the wife was like, like she was supportive,
I
but
think
she
he-
eventually she was like, I mean, but I'm out. Like I didn't
Yeah.
sign up for like I'm not gay, so I want to be with a man.
I think that's
Yeah,
fair.
it's
Yeah, it is.
interesting.
But you're still boys with them. You high five them and stuff.
Dap them up.
well, you're
of
girls
course.
now.
Your girls, your gal pals.
It just
Your
seems like
sisters.
a lot to like. At my age, if I was like, I think I want to be a man, I am so lazy. Like I would not be able to make that transition. I'd be
Yeah.
like, never mind. I'm just gonna.
That's what
Seems
I,
like
It
it would
seems
add
like a
It's
so
like
much.
a lot of work.
That's what I was gonna
right?
say. You know, obviously, because you know, for us people, it's like, it's she now. It's like you try to remember that. Do you think someone transitioning ever not forgets their transitioning, but
That's a
like,
good point.
do you think they're ever like, they're like, oh my god, oh
They
never mind, no,
misgender
sorry, I forgot.
themselves?
Yeah, misgender themselves. yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Yeah, and do you think they yell at themselves like they do other people?
Nope.
In the mirror, like actually, it's like
I can't turn this off.
it's like Willem Dafoe and Spider-Man with like the Green Goblin. Actually, I am a man.
It's perfect.
Yeah, that whole community interests me so much.
Yeah, it's like
All right, well they're not like a species to be studied. They're
I
just,
want a Jane Goodall with the trans community.
Insurance.
I want to live amongst them.
That's like an insurance thing, right?
Just me in a dress.
you
with
do
a
live
camera.
amongst them.
like in a club. Like,
You
taking
live
notes.
amongst them. You do live amongst they them.
No.
He wants to get in
No, I
real
want to
close
get deep in
proximity.
there. Yeah, I want to put on a dress and go hunting. Not hunting. No, she didn't hunt, but live amongst them.
Tally,
Like,
Tally gets canceled for
Pokemon
doing.
Snap.
Tally gets
Like, Pokemon Snap.
Tally gets canceled for trying to do like sign language with trans. He's like, whoop. They're like, yeah, I'm a person.
Yeah, like, buddy, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, they're communicating. No, I really am interested in the community.
That would be
I'm
sick
just
if
making
Tyler was
jokes
like the
and,
first like person killed like by a hate crime that direction, like the first straight guy beaten to death by like the trans community for being too straight,
It'd be
which would be crazy because you're not even that straight. But
I'm actually wicked straight, so no big
you're
deal.
crooked as hell, dude.
I don't know. I feel like
Crooked.
you're on
a fun
the.
way to describe.
I feel like you could be on the cusp
Yeah,
a little bit,
Richard Nixon, like, I am not a fag.
like the curious cusp.
dude, he's dropping F slurs over here.
Well, yeah, we'll be.
You think he's
Vocabulary.
No, we won't. We don't feel like going through and
Sure.
beeping
you
it.
think he's curious?
No, yeah.
You're curious.
She
guy.
ain't know
You're
me
crooked.
like that.
I'm just
She
kidding.
ain't
No,
know
I
me
don't.
like
I don't
that.
get bi vibes from
Yeah.
Tyler.
Really?
I don't. I don't.
Interesting.
I don't either. He's like the manliest man I know.
I wouldn't go that far.
That's insane.
Well, not the manliest man I know.
Thank you,
but-
Dan. I owe you a kiss.
I'm not
Can I have that
Tyler.
in writing for my dad?
Tyler tricked me into kissing him on the lips.
I didn't trick you into kiss. You tried to kiss me on the cheek, and I
Wait,
turned.
what
and-
happened?
This
I
old
tried, to, I
chestnut.
tried to give Tyler a little peck on the cheek, and then he turned and gave me his lips.
You act like that's the normal part. Like I was clearly trying to give Tyler a little peck.
I'd
on
like
the
to
cheek.
say, but there's a picture that predates this of you kissing me on the cheek years ago.
I'll kiss you on the cheek, man. I love you to death.
But I'm saying, so
Just
you'd
not
already
know
set the
what you-
precedent of cheek kissing.
I'm sure we can find dozens of pictures of you guys kissing.
Yeah.
Look, that's a whole album. It's like, I'll get to the lips one in a second. Yeah,
I'm saying,
he's sleeping in this one. It's so cute. I'm kissing him on the cheek.
I'm saying, I'm just trying to kiss cheeks. Tyler's trying to clap my cheeks, dude.
I'm not trying to
yeah,
clap
yeah,
any
yeah,
cheeks
dude.
at
Trying to
all.
clap those cousins' cheeks, though.
No, she has a boyfriend.
That's
As
not what I heard.
Clapping cousins.
Beautiful. It's clapping.
Yeah, I'm trying to give this bitch a round of applause.
That's funny. I've never heard this be said.
Thanks, man.
Clapping, a round of applause is a very funny way to say clapping cheeks. Oh man, my big bro's so funny.
I'm trying to give this bitch a standing
Who's
ovation.
older between you two?
Me.
Did you say who acts older between us? What did you ask?
Still me.
No, who's older between you two?
Me and Tyler? Me.
Logan.
Oh,
How
I
old are
didn't
you?
know that.
Let's go around.
You're-
I want to know who's oldest here. I think it's me.
It might be
How old are
Scotty.
you?
I'm 32.
35.
34.
I'm 39.
I'm 37. So
Wow.
we're the
Wait.
oldest.
You're 39?
Mm-hmm.
Every time I like
God,
forget
your
what
40th is like A month from now. Less than a month
Oh,
from
happy
now.
birthday!
Yep.
I probably won't see you around that time,
really
so I'll just say it
excited
now.
We're buying. Let's all pool to get Scotty a plot for his 40.
Oh, yeah. What are we going to
Finally.
do for the big 40? We'll get back to it. Dude,
Yeah,
let's
we're
throw,
figuring it
let's
out.
throw Scotty a surprise party.
The surprise might kill him.
Yeah.
Woo!
I'm not really looking forward to turning 40, but like I've already, like I know it's gonna happen. Like I've known for a while it's
Yeah.
gonna happen, you know. So
I
I'm
mean,
like,
yeah,
I'm
I
ready.
would say since the day I had like
The
ideas,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, I will turn 40 someday.
yeah. So it's not a big deal. But the other day I was when I went to the doctor's, I was sitting in the waiting for get my blood drawn, whatever, and a guy was like, "How old are you?" And I was like, "How old do I look?" And he said, 28.
Wow.
Oh,
I
we
get
got
in
the
my 20s a
optometrist?
lot.
I get it. I still get in my 20s.
No, but the guy was super old. And he was
Okay.
wearing a MAGA hat. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Taking
Oh,
your
yeah.
blood?
He's creepy.
What a MAGA hat taking your.
Oh yeah, yeah. For
Really?
sure. No, the guy that was sitting on the side of me. That'd be wild if a nurse
Why are you
came to
wearing a
take
hat?
my blood.
Why is he asking you your age?
I don't know. He was just
You
curious.
think this guy's kind of creeping on you? Though?
No, I don't think so. I think he was just like
What a
old
trick
Portuguese
question
and
from a
like
girl, too.
and
He was
like
how old do you
Portuguese
think
wearing
I
a
look?
MAGA hat.
he was old Portuguese wearing a MAGA hat and just like wanted to
getting
chat.
deported.
He wanted to chat.
Did you get your blood drawn then hallucinate all this?
No.
I'm thinking about like when you getting your blood drawn. It's just like a guy just like coloring in a paper red. He's like, yeah, I think that's what it looks like.
Goodness gracious.
Am I in pediatrics?
That's so funny.
Dude, isn't he wicked funny? Dude, he was in the finals of the Boston
Oh yeah, congrats.
Yeah,
Congrats.
thanks. Yeah.
I won an
I haven't
award
shaken
recently.
your hand yet. I want
I want to shake your hand. Don't
Oh
ever
yeah,
watch
oh
that.
yeah. You won what? Is it like the motif?
I won
The
the
speaking award.
best new voice in comedy in Rhode Island, but some
Wasn't
will,
it like spoken word?
Spoken
like
word.
Qualified as or classified as spoken word.
You beat.
yeah, but there was a comedy section, so
you
It's
beat
just very
Big
funny
D
to
slash
like
Jason
classify
Cordova.
comedy as like spoken
Spoken
word.
word,
It makes
yeah.
it sound like we're doing fucking slam poetry. Or
some
something.
might say it's a fake awards show, but you know, whatever. I won.
Oh,
Fair
the
and
one you mean the one that had Big D and Jason Cordova in the same line?
Big D slash
under,
Jason Cordova.
under best new voice, both of them.
That's my
Cordova's
category.
been doing comedy for like 14
So wild,
years.
so
Big D's been
wild.
doing it for like 9.
I was like, wait, Big D slash Jason Cordova.
And they
I was
aren't the
like,
same person.
what is going on? No.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
so sick.
That's hilarious.
Well, congratulations, son.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that.
We won best podcast.
No, we didn't.
At
No, we
the-
didn't.
No,
at
we
the
were-
podcast awards.
We were nominated.
Oh, at the podcast awards we did.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You guys won?
Yeah,
the
we won
podcast
best
awards.
podcast.
At the podcast awards. You weren't there.
Awards.
The podcast.
It's an award show we made up a few
Oh,
weeks ago.
oh.
Best
Okay,
four
okay.
new voices.
We've also been doing this for like 9 years.
That
years.
is nuts, man. That sucks.
I mean, there was a little break. It used to be called something else. Scotty wasn't here for like the first 4
Yeah.
years. 4 years?
Sounds right.
3 years?
Yeah.
Have we been doing it longer with Scotty than not?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wow.
Jesus.
Wait,
Christ.
originally it was just the three of you?
Yeah.
Originally, it was just the two of us.
That's true. And then I went on their first episode and I was so good. They're like, we got to get
We
him
need
on.
It's a
We
good
need to-
dynamic. I can see
We
that.
need to talk to this guy for the next 9
You
years.
needed his vocabulary.
Well, it's because I told the story, which I mean, it's lost to the times now. But I had gone home with a. I just mean like that episode doesn't exist anymore. But like, but I had recently like hooked up with a girl. I went back to this girl's house and we had like all
Oh,
been at
yeah.
we had all been at Howl at the Moon,
Uh.
and like I went back with her. Her cousin was with a guy, and then that guy had like a third wheel with him, and we were all like back at their place. And then it was like very clear. It's like, all right, time for like third wheel to like kick rocks so people can start like fooling around. And like someone says, I was like, hey man, like maybe like the couch. And her roommate came out like that was not involved. And she was like, oh, I'll set up the couch nice for you. And he's like, not sleeping on the fucking couch. She's like, what? I just like offered to do a nice thing. And they started going back and forth. And then he just hauled off and punched this girl in the face. And I was like laying on the girl that I came home with's bed, and I was like,
What?
Whoa! And I jumped out of the bed and was like, what the fuck? And like his boy like ran and like got in between them, and I was like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? And then like now his boy's like in between them, but the girl that he punched is like, what the fuck's your problem? Like, and she snuck around. And the guy punched her in the face again.
Maybe that's his way of flirting.
But I was like, whoa. So I like ran and like the girl was like still trying to go at him. So I scooped up the girl and I was like, stop approaching. He clearly wants to keep punching.
Yeah, go in a different room.
But then they're like, you gotta like get the fuck out of here, and like they kicked them out. But then they're out on the street and they're like talking, and I'm like, the girl, like one of the other girls is like, I'm gonna go talk to them. I was like, do not go talk to them.
Go talk
She's
to
like,
this guy.
I'm going to talk
He's
to
a
him.
punch guy. Don't talk to him.
And I was like, all right, fine.
I got an
If
idea.
you're going, like, I was like, if you're going,
reason with him.
I was like, if you're gonna go talk to them, I'm gonna go with you because like I'm not gonna leave you with the fucking psycho punch guy. And we go out, and as we're approaching, I can see the guy that's been punching is like, he's like going his friend. Dude, I mean, basically, and I can see he's looking at me, and I'm like, hey man, like, be chill.
I'm not a girl.
I'm like, they're calling the cops. they're calling the cops. So like, fucking get the fuck out of here and
Go now.
Crazy.
And then and like it took
Walk away, okay?
well, it took a minute of convincing. I was like, what the?
I have a question.
Yeah.
The girl that he punched twice, like, did he not hit her hard? Why was she
Yeah,
back up and
She's
like
a
ready
beast,
to go?
dude. I don't know.
She had a jaw on her.
Because he did not hold back. Like, I mean, I saw him wind up both times.
Just because somebody offered him a couch to sleep on, that is insane.
It was fully psyched. And like, I'm not getting like, before this happened, we're all like having the time of our lives in this girl's room. Like, we're all dying, laughing, like making jokes, and then like just like it's like, all right, so you want to sleep on the couch? And like fucking like psycho
Jesus
mode
Christ.
activated.
Because he wanted to have sex.
Is that
Yeah,
what
I think
it
he was pissed that he was like third wheeling.
Punching someone's not going
fifth-wheeling,
to
I
get you
guess.
there, you know?
No.
I've tried.
The night's winding down. I gotta do something bold right now.
Hail Mary.
It's kind of my move. Yeah, I pulled it off a few
The
times.
old 2-punch
The
in
old-
the face.
And then I ended up like we obviously me and that girl didn't end up hooking up that night because the
Why?
the vibes were off. But
You know what? If you would have punched
You should've
him
punched him.
in like
Oh.
your defense, that would have got you.
You
laid.
could have got both of them.
Yeah.
There was way too much going on.
We should've fucked the guy.
You know, I'm like,
But that's what you want, buddy?
But I ended up
Want to have sex tonight?
I probably ended up hooking up with her like a week or two later, and then like we just kind of like stopped talking. And then a year later, she texted me. She's like, "Hey, can I talk to you?" And I was like,
Oh, no.
"Yeah." And she was like, "Can I call actually?" And I was like,
Oh.
"Okay." And I had like
I
just
guess.
kind of started dating like my girlfriend at the time, and I like went outside. I was like, "What's up?" And she's like, "I just got tested for
AIDS.
STDs, and I have chlamydia, and you're one of the last guys I was with." I was like, "Yeah, so that was a year ago. I think I'm not like the guy." And she was like, "Well, I just wanted to let you know." I was like, "Okay, thanks for letting me know." And then she started texting me. She's like, "So what are you doing tonight?" I was like, "Hey, lady, you just told me you got chlamydia. We're not fucking again."
Not
The whole
getting
group has
chlamydia.
bad moves.
What the hell?
She comes to the door just goes,
She's now married with child.
oh, good for her.
Oh,
The chlamydias.
The chlamydia family.
It's like, hey, I have chlamydia. Want to hang out?
I think I had
Wanna
chlamydia
punch?
once.
I did end up getting it
I think
later
I
in
had
life.
chlamydia one time, and they
Later in
gave me
Yeah.
Or did you have it the whole time?
they gave me drugs.
No,
for
no,
it.
I got it during COVID. I actually
Right.
do a whole
I
bit
know,
about it.
I've heard it.
I got it from a girl who tried to stick a dildo up my butt this big. Remember the racist girl
Which is
from Momoto?
Yes.
The racist
What the
girl
heck?
I got it from her.
Wait, the friend of
Nope, not that one.
No. Yeah.
She worked for the police department.
Yeah.
She was
I
scary.
forgot about her.
You trying to tell me a cop was racist?
She was right before Ashley, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, I
Yes.
remember this. Yes.
Oh, so this probably predates me knowing you guys.
Yeah. Oh, we call it the good old
I
times.
I barely knew when Dan when he was dating the girl
Ashley.
Yeah.
You guys haven't been friends forever?
No.
No, I met Dan and Tyler when I started stand up.
Oh, I thought you all went to like middle school
Everybody
together or
thinks
something.
that.
Oh, okay.
But no, because I'm
It's just 'cause we have
I'm
such great
1 year older
chemistry.
than him,
Yeah.
and what are you? 31?
32.
32. So I'm 3 years older than him, 1 year older than him. But he's from Weymouth. He's from Quincy. I'm from Braintree.
Okay.
Norwell.
Oh, well.
40.
ooh.
I've been friends
what'd
with
you
Scotty
hold
for
it
5 years. I kiss him on the
People
mouth
to
every day.
You were friends with Scotty for 5 years?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
Isn't that fun?
Wow.
I almost when I did the strip club review.
Oh yes.
When I shouted you out, I almost said Sonya Priest. She's a very funny comic from New Bedford. And I was like, nope, it's
okay. I like New Bedford too, but yeah, those I really like those strip club reviews. The King's Inn is insane. That place is wild.
That one did the worst, and I think it had like one of the funniest reviews. No, it's not. I think I said to them, I think it's because I captioned it strip club instead of gentleman's club, and I think that the algorithm was.
You never know what the algorithm is gonna like and what it's not gonna like, honestly. Yeah. But the picture that you posted of the King's Inn, that's what it used to look like, and I loved when it looked like that. They did a whole remodel.
Like the pink.
Yeah, it was awesome, and now they made it look like it's like I guess it's nicer, but it doesn't look as trashy.
I saw the inside pictures that I think were old, and I was like, oh.
So did you see the wooden corral I was talking about?
I think like the pictures weren't great quality.
So you'd literally walk in, and they didn't have like a stage really with like they might have had a stripper pole, but it was like really low, and then they had like just seats and then literally a wooden banister that would stop people from like you know going over or whatever, and a stripper would come and walk through it and like slam her ass up against it, and like it was just like wild.
The pictures made it look like a strip club at the Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah, it was very
peanuts all over the floor.
They might as well have been. They might as well have been. Hey, one time I was in there and I found a lot of money on the floor.
Ooh.
And I kept it.
Working?
Someone didn't.
Was it all once?
Yeah.
Someone didn't tie their G-string tight enough.
Yeah.
Damn, that
Somebody.
girl got the shit kicked out of her that night.
Dude, I found like $250 on my way to the bathroom, and I picked it up so fast. Yeah.
And what denomination? Big word.
It was 1s and 5s pretty much. It was all, somebody had a long night, and I profited from it.
Nice.
Her baby went hungry that month.
That place was insane, man. One time I used to date a guy who was obsessed with strip clubs, and I was really young, and he would bring me to strip clubs all the time, and I was so young that I was like, oh, this is normal. This is fine.
I like those guys.
This is what guys must do.
It's weird. A lot of these reviews are women like that went with their boyfriends, and they're like, we love going to the strip club, but like tonight it was like this or whatever.
I went with my
and the women that do that, they write like
diatribes.
I have to do I can't do them in the videos because they do like it's 4 screenshots of review. I'm like, I can't. This is gonna take 2 minutes just to read.
Women fucking do.
Love to yeah.
People that leave reviews of strip clubs, it's just so weird to begin with.
Oh, it's an insane thing.
But yeah,
to do.
he brought me there one day, and he like he gave me ecstasy or put it in my drink, one or the other, I don't remember.
Huh.
And then
well, one's a crime. One's
well, he would like randomly like dose me.
You?
Yeah, like
as a joke.
Regularly?
Well,
that's kind of cute.
And yeah,
it's a joke.
Yeah, fun times. And then he like was like, we're gonna do a couple's lap dance in the back, and I was like, so we went into the back, and he was like, the stripper basically was like trying to like hook up with us. And it was so gross. She was so gross. I think she had braces. I don't know, but it was just an awkward situation.
What color were they?
It was just.
Did you get them changed out that week?
I just don't think strippers should have braces. I don't know.
Anyway, the first place I did for the strip club reviews, this place Cheaters in Rhode Island, that like I only found out about from looking at other Rhode Island places.
Balloons?
Like, they would always mention Cheaters.
Balloons.
And I did the
look
review,
up that one.
And then two people told me, like 2 people that like comics were like, oh, look up why Cheaters closed. They had a 15-year-old girl stripping at Cheaters.
Look up balloons.
They were cheating.
Where was balloons?
In Rhode Island, and it was like an
cheating.
I think it was an 18 plus type thing where like they didn't serve alcohol, and they had like a vending machine for like Red Bull and like cans of soda in the back of the club. They didn't serve alcohol.
Pretty sweet.
And it was very like all the strippers were so young, and like a lot of them had braces.
It'd be funny to have an arcade in a strip club.
Like mouth braces?
Yeah.
Or
Like,
like
get
back
outta here.
braces?
Like metal mouth brackets.
It'd be very funny if the stripper was in a back brace and they just like can't really
Back
do
braces
anything.
is so funny. Yeah, it was. But yeah, so this stripper tried to go down on me is what I was trying to get to.
Ew.
What were you wearing for pants?
Shorts.
Okay.
And she tried to unbutton them and take them off.
That
And I
sounds good.
got up and I said, please don't touch me. And I like walked out of the room. And then he left me there and said, I have a business meeting. I have to go.
What?
Yeah.
A business meeting.
While
Yeah.
she's undressing you, like, you got this backwards. You're the one who does this.
It was just a wild day. And then he left me there like high on ecstasy. But at least I found $250, I guess.
It was the same night.
It was all on the
What
same
a
day.
day.
It was a Sunday.
The Lord's Day.
You must have woke up like, what the fuck? Was I almost?
I didn't go to sleep for a
molested?
while because
Yeah.
I was like high as hell.
Rolling.
Yeah. And then it was just a
Yeah.
tough day, but yeah, you know.
We went to well,
Anyway.
when we were in LA, we like asked a cab driver, like this is like 12 years ago at this point maybe, and we asked the cab driver like, oh, what's like a good strip club? Will you take us to one? And he was like, yeah. We get there, $20 cover.
Mhm.
Like, all right, well, that's like at the time we
It's
were
a good
all
sign
like,
for a strip club, though.
yeah, but no, it wasn't. So
It's a bad sign. It's a bad sign for a strip club.
'cause
though.
I'm about to tell you why. It's like we're like because we're also at the time, you know, we're like 23, 24, so like we're all poor, so like $20 out of our budget for the trip is like pretty big. And then we sit down and we look at the menu and it's all non-alcoholic beers.
Yes.
Like it was because it's a fully nude strip club in LA. You're not allowed to get drunk because they don't trust you not to like touch.
Wow.
But then when you get to private dances, the girls are like, you can touch if you give us extra money. I'm like,
Yeah.
so why can't we
can do a lot.
beers? What the fuck? And then we ordered. They had hookah, and we're like, all right, well at least they like we'll get a hookah, I guess. And then they bring the hookah, and it was like a vape hookah. It was like an electric hookah. We're like, what the fuck is this place?
I want to be coughing a lot while touching boobs.
Well, no, you wouldn't have the hookah at the private dance. That's just when you're sitting at the table watching.
But yeah, do balloons. Look up balloons.
I'll look up
You're
balloons.
gonna see some horrific reviews about that place.
Hell yeah.
WHORE.
Yeah.
That place, the place,
Some horrific.
the
Look,
place
you
in
can
LA.
use that if you want in your cute little reviews you do.
Thanks, man. the place in LA, this like the stripper. There was a stripper that was on stage, and I like went to my friends like, oh my god, she's so fucking hot. Like, I was like, I'm super in on her, and she just knew. Like, as soon as she was done, like stage dancing, she walked directly to our table and was like, "Are you ready for your private dance?" And I was like, "Yeah." How did you know?
How much was a private
Is this
dance?
the one you
I think it was 25.
like per song?
Yeah, something like that.
I think they go like by song,
by
right?
song?
Yeah,
I would
they do.
request,
They do
like-
go
Like
by
you
song.
Jesus of Suburbia.
No, you don't
that
get
a
to
really
pick
long
the
song?
song.
Pick
It's
the
like
song.
whatever
Yeah.
song's playing in the strip club, like from when it starts to end.
No.
I hacked the playlist.
Put on Jesus of Suburbia. It's 9.5 minutes.
Yeah, can you put on The Decline by No Offense?
Yeah. Wild times, man. Drugs at strip clubs.
Yeah, you're like, could you put on a Family Reunion by Blink-182? This isn't going to take long.
Do you tell your rock bottom? Do you have a rock bottom story? Or is it too personal?
Oh,
Do you have
I
one?
actually don't have a rock bottom story
No.
because I was always a very high functioning drug addict.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So I never I always had jobs. I always had, relationships, not good ones, but like always was able to maintain things. And I always had paid rent and paid my bills. And so, yeah, I just loved getting high.
Yeah.
But I didn't do enough to fuck up my whole life. It was just more of a mental thing. Like I was really, depressed or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just drugs.
So one day you're just like, fuck this, I'm not doing no drugs no mo.
Well, it was during COVID, and I had relapsed on opiates, and which I loved. TBH.
I've heard good things.
Yeah. I was like, you know what? This is a perfect opportunity for me to start doing drugs again. Let's go for it. Yeah, and then at some point I was like, all right, this sucks, because I started doing Suboxone as well, which is
Which
miserable.
makes it so you can't get high, right?
Yeah, but then I was in this weird purgatory where I would go back and forth from I took Suboxone yesterday, but I'll try to overpower it today with some opiates, and it was just too much, and I found myself in a miserable state of existence, and I was just like, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. Which isn't easy to do, but I just told my parents, I told everybody in my life, and then my dad was like, so what do we do now? You're a drug addict now, what? And I was like, well, I guess I need rehab. He's like, you're not going to rehab. It's too expensive. Just do it here. So I literally detoxed at my parents' house for 2 weeks.
Hell yeah.
Detoxing suck.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
You're
It's
going through withdrawals.
Yeah.
You have
it's
I think the
worst
restless
ones.
restless leg syndrome was probably the worst thing that I went through, other than
legs.
yeah, you just can't stop moving your legs and you can't sleep. Insomnia and
I kind of just have both.
I have
of
that
those,
from the booze, yeah.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah. Big time.
but also
Okay.
just I think I just have them. Since I was young,
Oh, yeah?
I'd be doing this, and my mom would be like, "Stop."
That's not rest. I don't think that's.
No, that's just things you do with your leg.
You're just
Well, but I
jittery.
think I think it's just restless leg syndrome.
Restless-
KZ's got restless leg syndrome, and we'd be laying down, and it would just be like Like the whole time, her legs should just be moving.
See, if
I
I'm
don't
laying
know if
down,
that's
I don't have
restless
to do
leg
it.
syndrome though. I'm telling you that like when you're trying to sleep at night and you can't stop like jerking your legs in bed and like it's to the point where it just drives you crazy and you can't sleep. It's just a whole different
like
level.
medical
Yeah,
restless
she'd
leg
have
syndrome.
she'd have use like a weighted blanket and stuff. To, like, make her legs stop.
These were withdrawal symptoms from not doing drugs. But after I got through like 3 days though, I was like, oh, all right, I can do this, and I haven't touched opiates ever since.
Wow, the crowd just applauded from behind the camera.
Well, then I started doing kratom, which was a whole other.
Oh yeah, you went on the kratom podcast.
What is the kratom sober podcast? Does that mean sober except for kratom?
So, kratom sobriety, it's just about people who struggled with kratom addiction.
It's so weird that people get addicted to kratom, but it's just completely like legal to buy at like a gas
It's
station.
so legal and unregulated, and nobody knows how to dose it. It's a plant from Malaysia that comes from the coffee plant family, but it reacts to your opioid receptors in your brain. So it basically feels like you're taking Percocets.
Whoa.
But like there's different strains, so I would take the white vein, which just would give me like a boost of energy. And so I didn't you would never be able to tell that I was on it, you know.
But that's why they like unleash it. Like Lewis constantly like jokes about because it's one of the sponsors of Legion of Skanks. Was one of the sponsors.
It was a sponsor for a bunch of things.
It's so bad.
Yeah,
it's so bad. Like a lot of the podcasts will get sponsored by the I can't.
It's okay. It's the kratom.
Feel Free tonics. And I know people that get addicted to those. They're drinking like 10 a day. It's really bad.
Is that like I remember in college they came out with like the Bob Marley drinks that were like supposed to make you feel like you were kind of high.
Maybe,
Like
but
some weird shit.
these drinks have kava and kratom in it. And
Okay.
but when I withdrew from kratom, I felt like I was withdrawing from opiates.
Really, that bad?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So you just gotta be careful
Kratom
with the gas
sounds
station heroin.
Scary.
How do they present kratom? Like,
How do you
they
take
say
it?
it does?
They.
How is it
Oh, yeah.
legal?
It's
For
a plant.
tobacco
It's
use
all
only.
natural.
It's
Yeah.
like salvia like was for a while.
You don't
Oh,
smoke
okay.
it though, right?
You don't.
No.
They sell kratom vapes now, but like so, kratom started out as like you would chew on leaves, but it's also used as an antidepressant in different countries for like people who don't want to take actual pills. Kratom was used as an antidepressant, and it does work.
Well, it's like how Coke, like people used to chew on cocoa,
Yeah, or like
leaves.
Coca-Cola and soda or whatever,
and then they
or
made
like Coke and Coca-Cola. Yeah,
Interesting. I've
But yeah,
heard it in those ads so many times, and
it's
it's
never
like
had any
I feel like
idea.
if you know what it is, like you know what it, like you know what I mean.
In my head, I assumed it was like a protein powder for
I
like
did
working
too.
out.
I kind of did too.
No.
No, you're thinking of creatine.
yeah.
Is
Yeah,
kratom the name? Like, I don't know. It's such a scary sounding name.
Is it with a K or a C?
K.
That's terrifying.
Is-
yeah.
I don't know why.
No, I'm with you. That's
Yeah.
just scary. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
scary letter. And
Yeah.
But it's very addicting. You start taking it in like small doses, and then eventually build up a tolerance, just like with anything else. And before you know it, you're addicted.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
wow.
So no more. I don't do it anymore. But
Good.
How was the podcast?
It was cool. It was fun. I had started listening to it. You guys know who Jason Ellis is?
Yes.
He got addicted to the Feel Free tonic drinks, and I listened to the episode he put out about kratom, like being addicted to kratom, and I was like, at the time I was addicted to it. And I was like, oh, I need to stop doing this shit. People are dying from it. It's just really bad.
People die
really?
from it?
Yeah,
I didn't
you
know
die
you could
from
die
it.
from it.
Yeah, because people are like mixing it with other things. They think, oh, it's just a plant, no big deal, and then they mix it with like a Xanax, and then they like die.
Oh,
Jeez.
Yeah, not good.
That is stupid on them.
Yeah.
They shouldn't
You
be
ain't wrong.
They shouldn't be mixing that stuff. That's dangerous.
Xanax is.
sick.
Xanax
It is,
sick.
but
I never liked Xanax.
I
I
love
never
a
liked
benzo.
Xanax.
Ooh, baby.
Coke
You
was
just
my
had-
least favorite drug as well. I
Really?
didn't like Coke.
Coke.
Yeah.
I
Those are my
like
tops.
Coke, but
Not
I
up for
hate
me.
it like the
Favorite
next
guys.
day. It makes me feel so fucking
It's the
bad.
worst.
Yeah,
You know what
dude.
happened the next day after you do Coke? You got to do Percocet, and then you'll feel great.
Oh shit.
What about the day after that?
Then, yeah,
Then
I
you
don't know.
do kratom.
Yeah, then you do kratom.
It even
Then you
sounds-
gotta get drunk.
You got like
Then
that
you gotta smoke
Monday,
weed.
Can't
Tuesday
drink on
pill
kratom.
thing. Yeah, that's
Cannot
right.
drink on kratom. You get like really fucked up.
I can drink on anything. I promise you that. Don't tell me I can't drink
Let's
on
go. What are
kratom.
you doing tonight?
Drinking.
Challenge.
It's WrestleMania weekend. Are you kidding me?
Wait, what? I know what that means, but like on
does it mean?
Netflix.
It's on Peacock. Yeah. So
Oh
if you're,
really?
I thought
Yeah.
wrestling was on Netflix now.
Raw's on Netflix now.
Raw.
Raw
Okay.
Monday Night Raw. Yeah.
But they want WrestleMania you have to pay for, right?
What?
WrestleMania you have to pay for.
Peacock.
really?
It's on Peacock. Yeah. So
It used to be the pay-per-views.
It used to be like
That's
60,
new.
70 bucks a Mania.
Really?
Yeah, it was nuts.
Now
think-
they just get the deal on the back end, and they're like, just have everyone sign up for Peacock.
Legit, yeah.
The UFC just ended their contract with ESPN. A lot of people think they're going to go to Netflix.
Netflix makes sense, yeah, because WWE just went there. They're owned by the same.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I don't know if that means
I'd watch
no more pay-per-views.
Netflix or UFC. Actually, no, I wouldn't. I don't like men fighting.
Me neither. Freaks me out.
I love.
I'm like, why?
that shit.
I'm just like, why are you hurting each other?
I've tried to watch it with like Kev and Billy before, and they're like really into it, and I'm always like, what's going on? I'm like a wife in the background.
going on?
What's happening? Who's that guy?
I mean, I feel like it's pretty easy to follow. Like, usually one guy's getting beat up.
And usually the names are like on the screen.
Yeah, it says
I wanna
what
know-
color
I wanna know
trunks.
the backstory.
You want to know who they are as a person. You want to get into them.
Yeah, I want to know if they like spit in each
You-
other's mouths.
They're
You just
kind
root
of
for the- you root for the
struggling
cute
for
one, don't you?
stars right now. Patty Pimblett's like
Patty
the
Pimble?
next
Patty
guy.
Pimble?
Oh, is that the guy who looks like a
Pimple
peasant
popper.
from the?
Yeah,
Oh.
Patty the
Peasant?
Batty.
Yeah.
Peasant Patty Pimplet.
Well, this past time he had corn. He had like braids or cornrows or
That's
something.
cool.
but
One
usually-
of us should get cornrows. We should draw straws on who
Who
gets
has the longest
cornrows.
hair?
Maybe all of us
Right
get
now,
cornrows.
probably me or Logan.
We should all get
Yeah.
cornrows.
Wait, no, Sonya has the longest hair.
Well, I'm not involved.
No, you are.
Between you guys.
You're in.
No, thank you.
I actually can't do corn. I'm on kratom, so I mean I'm on keto. Yeah, I'm on keto, so I
Wait,
can't do
you
cornrows.
can't have corn with keto?
How long
I don't
have
know.
you
I might
been
have made
keto?
that up. Not long.
A few hours.
2.5 years.
I started like this week, but I fucked it up like
Wait,
twice because
can
I
you-
didn't understand. Like I got a non-alcoholic beer
I was just
on
gonna ask,
Thursday,
what
and I
about
was
drinking?
like, "Oh, can't. This is carbs.
So what do you drink
Oh,
when you're on
shit.
keto?
Wow.
He hasn't been
A
boozing.
lot of
right?
water.
So you're not drinking?
No.
Wow, good for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, great
Well,
for
that's
you.
part of the drinking was really the
It's the
bigger
carbs
thing
and
that
alcohol.
well, my liver's been hurting, so that's really the impetus for
bet.
this.
Do you think maybe you put your tampon in too far?
Why would that hurt my liver?
I don't know. Too
I don't know
far.
why. It was funny when you said it,
Yeah.
for sure, because we all laughed. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, that
No,
does make sense.
yeah, yeah, he has a good point. He's like, my pussy's fine. I put my tampon in perfectly. It doesn't affect my liver at all.
Well, Tyler has fatty everything, so he doesn't really feel
That's
it.
a good point.
Boom.
Fatty pig. A fat old, a fat old dick.
Damn.
No, yeah, I'm Logan. I am happy for you, and I hope you keep it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Wayne lost
I
a
have to.
shit ton of weight. Have you ever seen fat pics of him?
Yeah, it's insane.
I showed you one, right?
Yeah.
He's wearing a wife beater and his giant ball is popping out and he looks disgusting.
The ball, he's got to get the ball figured out.
He's got to get it drained.
Ball?
He's at a
Brian, if you're
giant-
watching.
He's at a giant ball like that. If you're with him,
He has
you,
a hydro
like, you
seal.
Can see it. Like you can see his
Protruding
ball,
from
like, in
his cargo
jeans,
shorts.
'cause it's so big.
That's a weird.
And he's had
reaction.
it, dude. And
Weird
he's had it
reaction.
for like. He told me he's had it for like 15. Or
But he
like
can't
20
get it
years.
drained, right?
Yeah, he
can't.
could.
Just jerk
He's like, I
off.
kind of like it now. I'm like, I would hate it. He has a grapefruit. He has a grapefruit in his pants at all times.
It's massive.
Is there
I
another
guess.
nut in there?
Yeah, there's two. One's really small.
Oh my
I'd be
God.
so
Well, I don't know if
annoyed.
it's really small, but you know what I mean.
In comparison.
Yeah, actually, the
Apparently.
smaller one has started to orbit the bigger one. It's
That would be
he's got a little
sick.
solar system in his
And
nutsack.
he
Yeah.
Just, he just lost a bunch of weight.
He lost a bunch of weight during keto. He stopped drinking, lost a bunch of weight.
Why?
Everyone's like, put it back on. So we can
We can
this.
see your
What's
balls
up
so
with-
much more
what's
now.
up with the nut?
Yeah, it's called a hydro seal. It's just when your one ball fills up with fluid. For I don't know why, it just does.
Freaks me out. Yeah.
I'm so glad that doesn't
Drain
happen to me. It's awesome.
But if it did happen to you, you could
So glad that doesn't.
you could get it fixed. But he just doesn't want to do it.
It also sounds like something you have to like have done to your pool.
Yeah.
The hydro
This thing
seal?
needs a hydro seal.
Yeah.
Well, what's funny is he sells. His job is to sell waterproofing technology for basements.
And he's like, I'm so invested in this, I did it to my ball.
Yeah.
That's him like doing this during the sales pitch. Like, check this out.
He's like a pitch man.
This could be
Yeah.
my basement. Could be your basement.
Slapping it onto his balls.
He needs. I tell him he needs to have like better bits about it. No pun intended, but like
He should have a
bigger
killer bit
bits.
about it at least.
Yeah,
Does
he
he?
talk.
He's got to talk about it, right?
Sounds like
Talks
he
about it a
has
little
pretty
bit,
big
but-
bits about it.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Am I right? His bits are big because they're hydro seal.
Enough talk about Brian Wayne.
Yeah. Enough.
Poor guy.
No, he's my bud. He's a good guy.
Okay.
Can that happen to your penis? The water retention?
You wish.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you take creatine.
Yes, ma'am. I do.
That's actually what creatine's for. Is for like water retention to make your like muscles
Creatine
bigger.
or kratom now?
Creatine.
Both.
Creatine.
Both. Mix
I
them
believe
together.
that's what
You have to
creatine
shoot
does.
'em in
I
your
think
ass.
Get high and jacked up.
I'll start
I'm
doing
gonna
dick
look
workouts to the gym. What? Did anyone else say anything? And if not, can they? That'd be nice. I ain't scared of you motherfuckers.
You're shaking.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah.
He had a coffee.
It's the creatine.
I did have a
It's
coffee.
the kratom.
Oh, so
the
that's not
kratom
even
also.
like that. Ain't nothing.
That's his normal shakes. Am I shaking?
My
A little.
hand never shakes.
Did you have any issues when you
Pardon?
stopped drinking recently, or no? You good?
Yeah, a couple sleepless nights. A lot of
Yeah.
long time. spent
Even
on
if
the
you're having
toilet.
like a glass of wine a night, that shit will affect you. Alcohol's insane like that.
Yeah.
That's not.
No, you're good. You'll be fine.
No, yeah, I'm with him. Like, if I take like a few nights off, the first few nights are like shaky.
Yeah.
That's even. I'm taking like a prolonged break, but like when I eventually, like inevitably go back to drinking, I want to make it like just Friday, Saturday thing.
Yeah, limit it. That's,
and like
that's
occasionally,
good.
like if I'm going to like a fucking concert or
Whatever,
something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Special occasions.
Well, that's the
weekends.
issue. We have so
I
many
can't-
special
I can't
occasions.
limit.
No, but no more shows like
No
like
limit.
during the
Oh,
week.
Shows
Good
aren't
for
occasions.
you.
Shows
I
aren't
can't-
occasions.
I can't drink before I do comedy ever. Really, I'll
That's
have
my
like maybe
favorite
one
thing to
beer.
do.
Yeah, I kind of want to impose that rule on myself. Like,
You
moving
should.
like no more drinking before I get on stage. Like,
Good
I
for
think
you.
That'll help me like not drink.
I think more
An
people
insane
should do
amount.
Yeah,
that.
true.
Because Saturday we'll finish the podcast and we'll just immediately go
I was
to the
like,
bar.
Fridays
we'll
and
start
Saturdays kill me,
hammering
'cause-
beers at like 1 p.m.
We always
Yeah.
start at like early
and
on
then
a Friday.
go
or Saturday.
till like 1-2 a.m. and then
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I shaking?
Why do
what
I?
did I do?
Yeah.
That's
What
wrong.
did I do to deserve this feeling?
Like I drank one bottle of water yesterday. I should feel fine.
Yeah.
One bottle of what?
Water.
Water.
Dude, leave her alone, okay?
Hey,
I
It's
seriously,
funny that
guys.
you have the accent.
I used to watch a show and they it took place in Philly, and I would always make fun of the accents and say it, and now I'm like saying it
Now
out
you're
of
stuck
nowhere.
in it. Yeah, yeah.
What's going on?
That's very funny.
Water. Any carbs in those?
Those
Look, I
keto
was
friendlies
reading
in.
to
I
it.
want to quit these too, but I'm like one thing at a fucking
Yeah,
time.
no, take it easy.
No,
Don't-
cold
don't
turkey
do it all.
everything. Cold turkey everything.
I tell my
Shake and
therapist,
suffer and then
I'll be so irritable if I quit drinking and that at
Yeah.
the same
Wow,
Take
time.
that'd be
something.
so different.
Don't
One
worry
thing
about
at a
it.
time.
Yeah.
brother.
My therapist was like, I was like, I drink coffees in and then I smoke weed, and she's like, that's just like an anxiety like bomb going on.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I love it.
I'm like, I need all of
I need
that
it.
to start the day.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm the early to bed guy now, as we all know, so that's been helping.
What time?
out a lot.
Yeah, how
At
early?
9:30 now.
Last night, once.
That's
No, I went to bed
One
early
night.
once on a Friday, so it's like pretty cool
That's the new normal.
because I was wicked hungover.
turning
from
a new
Thursday.
leaf.
Because he stayed out till like 2 a.m. on Thursday.
Yeah. Fucking
I can't
nuts.
do that anymore.
How
Yeah.
late did the Sly Fox stay open?
No clue. My phone died,
Who's
so
that? Sly Fox.
It's a.
that's what
it's
they
a
call
bar.
me.
Oh.
That's what Logan goes. Hey, how late
Is
was
that
the
your
Sly
nickname?
Fox open last night? I go, I don't know what time I went to bed, man. So I said, I was open pretty late last night.
They say Ty doesn't fox.
What?
You haven't foxed in years.
I
You
fox.
haven't
You don't
foxed
be
someone in
foxing?
years.
Oh, I'll fox your mother.
Oh.
Go for it, dude. I'd love for my mom to get some dick. It's been a while.
Damn.
Thank you. I got to find out how to retain water in my penis. And
Yeah.
then once I get that, I'll
Pump
go
it
over
up.
and fox the shit out of your mom.
You're never gonna fuck my mom.
I don't think I'll ever have sex
I hope
again.
he doesn't. That's- I don't-
I'll do you one better.
Even with the sex drive, I'm still like, you know.
Even with the sex
no,
drive.
No need. It's back, dude. It's roaring back. It's good. It's good. Life's
Good for you.
Life's good.
That's good.
Yeah, I've been working on it. Been working on myself, you know.
Yeah, that's great.
Where we have your time?
Oh, are we done? What are we at, Scotty?
Hour 3.
Wow, that flew by.
That flew by so fast.
Wow,
yeah.
I feel like maybe I could be on your podcast more often if you'd like once in a while. Like, don't want to overdo it, you know. If you want to add me to like a rotation.
No, I think this was good.
No, you can come back next week. We don't have it next week.
what
do
the
we?
hell? Why do we have this over here?
That's the oven mitt that talks.
Oh, that's
It's a
definitely. That's
cat.
definitely.
You have cats, right?
Yes.
a cat.
6.
But that's definitely Mike. Just he constantly just brings his pizza.
This thing is
oven mitts
disgusting.
over there
Put it
and
back
doesn't
on the
fucking.
floor.
Why was Cheese's toy
I hope
inside of
nobody's
Mike's
touching
oven mitt?
food with that.
I mean, I guess cheese probably was fucking
Oh,
around with the oven
okay.
mitt.
It's interesting.
Should hide the oven mitts
it's a
on
good
Mike.
place for it.
Let him
In
find
case,
it.
out.
in case you need to pick up a hot
Slamming
pan.
shit.
You should cover the oven mitts in pizza and hide them and see if Mike can find them.
It's amazing that the cat's name is Cheese and Mike has not tried to put him on top of dough and sauce.
You can eat the cat.
Where is the
Sure.
cat?
He's upstairs.
He's just.
Cheesy
I was
boy.
attacked by a cat once. I have a scar on my eyelid right here. Can you see it?
Your eyelid.
Yeah, it bit me in the eye.
Did you have to go to the hospital?
No, I just like wished
No
for the
bug.
best.
Oh, okay, yeah, I see the scar. Yeah,
But it was a stray cat. My ex-boyfriend took it in, and I was like 16, and it was a very jealous cat.
Stray.
And I was sitting next to him, and the cat like looked at me and like it just like jumped onto the bed, onto my face, bit me in the eye. I threw it off. It pissed on the floor, ran out of the room. I had blood everywhere. It was a wild situation. Now I don't trust cats.
I
With
wouldn't
you.
either.
yeah.
I feel like there's like an unspoken agreement. Like Cheese, he'll bite like my hands and my
Thought I heard-
feet sometimes.
Thought I
Other
heard
than
you.
that, there's been like a time or two where he's like bit like my face or near, and it's like, what are you?
Watch your eyes.
Oh yeah, you.
And
Had,
its breath was so bad. It was like, and like came at me, and it was just the worst. One of the,
Oh, we
No,
tried to.
can't do it.
There's a goose just parked in the middle of the street the other day.
It was
Tell me about it.
parked.
Yeah, he was just
It,
like,
it drove there.
he did like the whole like he was all like curled up under himself.
the middle of the street, like in the
It
middle.
was actually in our work parking lot to
Okay.
like drive, but he was like dead center where cars go, and we pulled up to him and we were like, "Get out of here!
Yeah, there you
Go-
goose.
go on,
Be
get
gone,
out of here."
goose.
Scram.
You're in
And
trouble here.
get
Yeah.
gone.
And he turns to us and he went,
Yeah, they
Geese
hiss.
hiss?
Yeah, they
Fuck
hiss.
you.
They hiss. They
Geese
hiss.
hiss?
Yeah, yeah.
"It was fucking nuts." I've
They'll
never seen
hiss.
a mouth open that wide. He had teeth in his throat.
A goose with teeth.
I think
He's got
geese have like
lightheaded from
sharp.
hissing.
Really?
I think
They got something
yeah.
in there, in those beaks.
I like
Piranhas
that.
of birds.
Let me take a look at that.
That's what they call
I don't know about that.
But
Oh,
yeah,
the- like-
he was like parked. He
Says
was-
here,
he had a
those
whole
geese are the
station.
piranha of
It
birds.
was cute.
What's that noise?
Goose.
Oh, that's the air raid siren.
That's a. Who would you
I
say? A
legit
goose?
just thought that,
Geese
and
don't
I was
have
like, "We
teeth.
gotta go."
Where are we going? We're dead.
Spiky cartilage structures called Tamiya.
Oh, Sonya, anything you want to plug?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, next ROFL House. Actually, Logan, you're on this one.
Hell yeah.
May 4th.
May the 4th be with
May
you.
the 4th be ROFL.
There you go.
At the Belmont Club in Fall River through Whale City Comedy. Yeah, check out more shows we have going on monthly. I mean, other than that, I
Love
don't
that the
think
Rafa House is back.
That's
so sick.
Yeah. I used to work there, and I'm good friends with the owner, and they
Yeah.
were like, we want to have some, bring back. They asked me, actually. They were like, ROFL used to be fun. They used to do well.
Loved
So we
it.
brought it back, yeah.
Always so,
So-
fun.
Do you
there.
guys do
Nice.
the pizza?
Free pizza. We have the owner buy pizza for the comics.
That's what I mean. But it was always so funny because they'd get pizza, but they'd get it cut into like 16ths.
Oh.
Because like comics are so poor. They're like, we're
Yeah.
doing a nice thing, but we can't afford to be that nice about it.
Well,
one bar
we
pie.
do get pizza for the
Here's your
comics.
meal.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
I won't be able to eat it, but
Well, you can do a pizza pull.
True.
You and Brian Wayne can do a keto a pull.
cheeses.
Oh my God, you'll be
Jesus
off
Christ.
keto. All right.
But other than that, I think that's pretty much, that's it, Whatever.
Happy
Oh, yeah.
Easter.
Happy Easter.
Thanks for
everybody.
having me. Have a good
Bye.
Easter.
Bye, guys.
See ya.